criticisms. But if the concern and the context was not on the basis of race,
Right.
why respond on the basis of race?
I don't believe that was a response based on race. That was a response based on the fact that the media has been consistently, and they are not even hiding it anymore. Fazir said it, Kajan said it, several of the other stations said it. We have been specifically blacklisting the Progressive Empowerment Party because we do not like your leader. We do not like the way he speaks. And that is not the role or the responsibility of the media. The fact that the media is saying that we have an agenda is concerning, because in a democracy, the media is not allowed to set or make an agenda. And the fact that we're focusing on this House Negro issue and not focusing on the fact that the media is basically telling us what and what is not news is very, very concerning and troubling for me as a citizen, as a young female, as a Trinbagonian who is watching the fact that the government can basically... I just saw a book there. I just saw a book. What is this? The Patriot Guide. The Patriot Guide to Why Never Again. This looks like a propaganda book.
It is.
This is a propaganda book. And the fact that things are being printed like this, and the fact that the media and the government has so much control over what the population thinks, the fact that we have no free media in Trinidad and Tobago is something that pisses me off. And I have to say that. It pisses me off because people have a right to choose what they want. They have a right to say, I want the Progressive Empowerment Party, or I don't want them because I don't like the leader. I want the UNC, but I don't like them because Kamala is drink. I want the PNM, but I do. They have a right. And the fact that Kajan Haynes, Fazir Mohammed, other stations, other media people are telling us we don't want to broadcast the Progressive Empowerment Party, and now that they're trying to paint this as a racist. This is not about race. This is about the fact that Trinidad and Tobago is being controlled. We are being told what to think. We are being told what to feel, and it needs to stop. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the only party standing up for that. I am not going to go down. I am not going to go down with my leader being called a racist because he's not. I'm not going to go down as being somebody who's condoning racism because I am not. I am exposing the issues that Trinidad and Tobago needs to have exposed. We have a racial issue in Trinidad and Tobago. We vote based on race, and we pick our parties based on race, and we need to confront those issues, because you know why? People in Betham, Mova, and Laventil, people down in Pina, and those in the poor areas, they are suffering because we are saying what? We want to vote based on the Indian party, and I want to vote based on the Negro party, but who is really benefiting? We need to look at who is really benefiting and who is actually lying and covering up for the people that are benefiting. The media has a responsibility, and I'm very, very, very adamant about it. I'm getting a little upset because I'm fed up of this whole racial thing. I'm fed up.
Exactly.
It is not about race. It is about the fact that the media has a responsibility to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. This is a democracy. Do not tell us what to think. Do not tell us what to say, and do not tell us how to feel. Be fair, carry the news. The fact that we have to now do triple the work of all the political parties because everybody's like, who is the PEP? Who are they? We have been around for a year and a half. The fact that the media has refused to cover us is a shame. 19 public meetings, 60 Saturday meetings. Where has been the media? We invited them to our campaign launch in Belmont. Did they come? No, but they went 2 days after to ask some random man in the corner, how was the candidacy launch? Oh, only 20 people turn up. Is that responsible journalism? Is that? I need you to answer me. Is that responsible journalism?
This situation with your party is not the first time that a political entity has faced this.
But is it right?
It's not. And I'm going to draw to you an example that I've raised on this program many times. When the Congress of the People started, they faced the same uphill tasks that the People's Empowerment Party is facing.
Progressive Empowerment Party.
The Progressive Empowerment Party. The very same challenges. I was assignments editor at CNC3 during those days in 2006, leading up to 2007 and everything else. And I can tell you that it was a challenge to get events for the Congress of the People covered. Amongst the media, and this is, I can say it because I lived it. When the time come to drop assignments, COP assignments were dropped first, because back then people did not think that the COP required any sort of attention. People did not think that they would go far. As assignments editor, I said that was wrong, and I had to find ways to ensure that the COP got equal coverage. I spoke to the party. I said, we don't have the resources, and I made suggestions to them, which they took. I said to them, we may not be able to cover all the events. But if you record your events and send it to me, I'll guarantee you get the coverage. And that started a momentum. And people started listening to the Congress of the People and what they had to say. The people who were instrumental in the Congress of the People in the early days can attest to this fact, even Winston Dukaran and Dr. Omar Ali, who was in charge of communications for them. You need to be tactful in how you deal with the media. What you've outlined to me is abhorrent and should never be allowed. Anyone who practices fair journalism will give everyone a chance.
Correct.
Because that's the way it's supposed to be. You are not there to be judge, jury, and executioner. You are there to carry a story. It's for the public to determine what they want to take